What's up, everybody? I'm Dear Gamer. Welcome back to the channel today. We are back, and we're back after taking on our 10 stars Zoshia. And it's an interesting spot right now where we are with Monster Hunter. I didn't expect us to get more monsters, and we did. I thought our temper arc was gonna be the last monster, and it turned out it wasn't. But I'll say that I am glad we got him, but at the same time, I wanted more. I felt like I wanted more in terms of fight difficulty and some of the rewards. So we'll get into that. Without further ado, let's dive in. So 10-star difficulty. 10-star difficulty came with Arc Belt, and we got a chance to see that fight. I think they did a phenomenal job. Arc Tempered Arc Belt is an incredible fight. It's a good fight from beginning to end, action packed, and keeps you focused on the whole fight. And you gotta play good. You gotta play aggressive, you gotta play good, you gotta watch your back, because they gave him a lot of combos and a lot of follow-up. So I think coming off that event, that hunt, then going to Proof of a Hero, which was another good fight where we fought 4 monsters at a time. It was action-packed, and I think we're on this wave of difficulty. Ultimately, what this is come boiling down to, we're on this upward trajectory for difficulty. And I felt like with Arc Tempered Arc Veil, with Proof of a Hero, we're going there, then all of a sudden we kind of tapered off. And I get it. They never said it was going to be a brand new monster when it came to 10 stars Zoshia, but I felt like a little bit of me felt that, man, this is good, but it would have been great had we had some new movesets. I throw in 2 or 3 moves in there. It had a second Nova, sure, that was cool, but I felt like, yes, it had more HP, yes, it hit harder. The things they did change is they did make the reaction time decrease the cooldown from attack to attack from the monster, which what they said in the patch notes. But ultimately, I felt like it could have been a little bit more. I felt like it could have been a little bit more and took it to the next level. And I felt like, man, ultimately, sure, in my mind, was I looking for Arc Tempered Arc Veil? Maybe I was expecting that after where we've been. I just felt that we've put the difficulty behind this. We set a precedent. Okay, this is the kind of stuff we want, and now let's get to it. So I think for me, the fight was okay. It was fun, challenging. You gotta pay attention, but it wasn't like that much different from the original fight. And I think the second thing that I boils down to that I had difficulty with this hunt is it's a 10-star monster. It's a big monster. We got Gozmazios next week, 10-star. But I wish that they would have gave us some armor. Some armor, something to take from it. Something to grind more for. Like the other event that we got, the one with the UCJ event that we have as well right now. That one was good. Got some armor. It has some resentment on it. Not crazy. We also got the 10-star Rompopolo, which gave us that crazy headpiece that gives us 10 all fire resentment if you're doing a resentment build. But ultimately, I felt that with Zoshia, I wanted it to give us some kind of armor that makes the fight worthwhile. But I guess if you look at it, it's a good fight in terms of farming efficiency, because you can farm that one. There's no walking around. I think there's no other monsters to distract you, and you can knock that quest out and potentially get 5 of those new talisman that give us the rarity 7, rarity 8 talisman only, which is good. I'm glad they did that. I'm glad they listened with the 10-star monsters, because I felt like when we were farming back in the day, when we were farming Seregios and Lagi, or Seregios and Raidao, it's like, man, I would really prefer not to have these 5-star, 6-star, 7-star, and 8-star talisman. Just make it the 7 or 8. Just make it 8. So I felt like those were some things I appreciate them doing that. But I felt like the armor would have been good, a 10-star monster. I felt like with Gozmazios, the power that we got from those weapons and those builds, I feel like the numbers were inflated, but I just didn't feel it in battle. I didn't feel it. I don't feel like the damage really correlated well because I felt like going from the weapons we had prior, I was, oh man, we're gonna be back to having 8-minute, 7-minute runs like we did initially before everyone complained that the game was too easy. But now with the HP inflation that they added to these monsters, I felt that it's kind of all the same. The time frame is like 18 to 20-minute run. We were playing with some people as well. I think another thing for difficulty that made Tempered Archvale feel a little harder as well is I felt that that monster stunned a lot. Definitely a lot. I felt like we found ourselves getting stunned tremendous amount of time, and you had to put stun resist on. And that's kind of what happened with World to Iceborne when it came to difficulty. You had your standard fights, you get hit a couple of times, and in Iceborne, the second you get like hit 1, 2, 3 times, maybe the third or fourth time, depending on the monster, you'll be stunned. And that's where like you will lose, you will get killed or just take more damage than you need to. So you have to like actually like, wait a minute, not only am I like trying not to get hit, but I'm trying to get hit like consecutively, or else I'm gonna get stunned, then I'm gonna cart. So I feel like those were some elements they added in Archvale. They get through that in Dressrosa as well. I don't feel like you get carded that much. Also to Archvale, if you notice, what also made the fight harder and gave you a sense of urgency is whenever you had a wounded spot, you had to like get to it quickly, because a lot of time with Archvale, the wounds like heal just like that. Versus with Zoshia, I was like, oh, I got time, I can relax. It's like the intensity is not there, I would say. The intensity just isn't there. I mean, I'm sure with Gore Gosmazios looking at this, it's gonna be the exact same thing. Slightly stronger, more HP, but essentially the same fight. I just wish they would have like juiced it up a little bit more. But then again, on the other flip side, I don't want this to be a fully downer video. I feel like Wild is the best base game that they've ever made. 100%. Absolutely feel it's the best base game. In terms of variety of monsters, difficulty. We have arc-tempered monsters in the base game. I'm complaining about arc-tempered monsters in the base game. I can only imagine what they're gonna do in Master Rank. They're gonna just go nuts. Just take the gloves off, straight black eyes to everybody. I can only imagine, because we're in a base game and we have build variety. We have 100% affinity. We have hard monsters, tempered, arc-tempered, grind available. I feel like the game's difficulty is ultimately right now in a perfect place. It's perfect. I'm an enthusiast. I'm a veteran. I like to sweat. You know, I came from the Souls games. I love to sweat. So like I'm always gonna want a big challenge, but I'm also gonna want the reward as well, because I really want, what keeps me going is when we have these big hunts and like, hey, let's make these crazy builds and all this kind of variety. And that's why Ghost Mods is amazing, because it gives us so much build variety. And I think like we've already gone to the meta. Everyone has a Gore Soul. Everyone has the Ghost Mazios Lord Soul. Now it's time to kind of break out and see what are some cool other like niche builds we can make, and just have fun with the game. And I think that's where we are right now. Like we have our the update's gonna come out in June or summertime, right around the Summer Game Fest, I would imagine. And that's when they'll kind of showcase what's next. But that update is not gonna come till like next year. So that means that between then and now, we have to this will be make some crazy builds, try out some new weapons, and like have fun with the current offering we currently have. But ultimately, I feel like this is the best game. It's the best base game. I felt like the intensity should have kept up. It went up and we kind of tapered off. But you know what? We also had a lot of good fights. But this is my thoughts on the game, on this last hunt. I'm glad they did it. I wish they would have pushed a little bit more. That kind of let us sweat. Because it's not one where you need specific materials from this fight to like make materials like Ghost Monsters. I get it why Ghost Monsters isn't that crazy or that difficult. It's because you gotta farm it multiple times. And if people have a hard time beating like Omega, no one's gonna be able to farm it and like make some of the juicy stuff that they really wanted us to make. But this is my impression of the game. The monster, I feel good. I'm excited. We got a lot of stuff coming up on the channel as well, but enough of me talking. I want to hear your opinion. How was it for you? How was your experience? What are your thoughts on difficulty? What are your thoughts on the trajectory the game is going? And also, too, Capcom's listening, so what feedback or things that would we want to see in the future updates as well? Because performance was a thing. I feel like performance is ironed out. Everyone's kind of chilled out. The Steam reviews say that it's mostly positive now, which is a good thing. So I think that part is behind. Capcom acknowledged that they are going to take this knowledge from Wilds and this whole journey and apply it to their future games. So essentially, we were the guinea pigs for all the future Capcom games. So I could only imagine, now that they figured out like how to fix the RE engine, now we're probably gonna see a Dragon Dogma DLC, because that game has some performance issues as well. But thanks for watching. Comment below, let me know what your thoughts are. Stay smooth till next time, dear gamers. Signing out.